Defendant is found to be in willful civil and criminal contempt for her violation of the provisions of the decree of divorce, which provides as follows. 12C. The parties hereto do hereby covenant each with the other the following. Number 1, that each shall refrain from any and all words, conduct, deeds, and activities which are intended or calculated to interfere with, abuse, embarrass, or intimidate the other. Number 2, that each would respect the privacy of the other from and after the date hereof. Number 2, the court finds that the defendant willfully and contemptuously failed to pay her share of the minor child's medical bills as required for 3 separate visits. Number 3, the court finds that the defendant willfully and contemptuously failed to pay her share of the HOA yearly fees on 3 separate occasions as required by the divorce decree. Number 4, the court finds that the defendant willfully and contemptuously interfered with attempts to sell the marital residence, including removing for sale signs. Number 5, the court finds that the defendant willfully and contemptuously failed to pay $5,000 in attorney fees as required by the modification order entered by this court on May 1st, 2023. Number 6, the court finds that the defendant, Destiny Williams, is guilty of 9 separate acts of criminal contempt. The Destiny Williams is sentenced to 5 days incarceration in the Madison County Main Detention Center, and it has the address, for each of the said 9 acts of criminal contempt, with each sentence of 5 incarceration to run consecutively for a total of sentence of 45 days, suspended for a period of 2 years on the express condition that the defendant complies fully, completely, and faithfully with the orders of this court in the future, including the orders contained herein. The court did not impose sanctions, including incarceration, for numerous other times the defendant failed to comply with the court's order, and hopes that the defendant will change her behavior such that such actions do not need to be addressed in the future. Number 7, the defendant shall be responsible for and pay the sum of $12,779.13 for the attorney fees incurred by the plaintiff for the service of his attorney in this matter. The defendant shall pay said sum to the plaintiff within 30 days of this order. This award constitutes a judgment in favor of the plaintiff against the defendant, for which execution may issue pursuant to Rule 62 of the Alabama Rules of Civil Procedure. Number 8, the defendant shall pay the sum of $1,170.77 to the plaintiff for her share of unpaid medical bills for the Valley ENT and Dr. has the name, as contained in the plaintiff's exhibit number 27. The defendant shall pay said sum to the plaintiff within 30 days of this order. Number 9, the defendant shall pay the plaintiff the sum of $639.83 for her share of the homeowner association fees and assessments. The defendant shall pay said sum to the plaintiff within 30 days of this order. Number 10, the defendant shall be responsible for and pay the sum of $4,093.64 for the unpaid mortgage and escrow fees since September of 2022. The defendant shall pay said sum to the plaintiff within 30 days of this order. Number 11, all other relief requested is hereby denied. Number 12, all provisions of the prior decree and modification not herein above modified shall remain unchanged. And it says done.
So Destiny has been found guilty per the Huntsville, Alabama, Madison County courts.